Hi everyone, it's Lisa Brown with InkandInspirations.com. Thanks for joining me today. In this video, we're going to complete a card that we started yesterday by coloring this image from the Christmas in the Making set with our new Stampin' blends from Stampin' Up. They're alcohol markers and they're wonderful to color with. This was stamped on Whisper White cardstock in Memento Black ink, which is recommended to use with alcohol markers. And this piece of Whisper White is cut at 2 1/4 by 4. And I have a piece of Pool Party ink that I'm going to mount behind that. That's 2 1/2 by 4 1/4. So let's just go ahead and mount that. And I will tell you that as I was finishing up the video yesterday, and if you haven't seen it, I'll try to have a link for it right here. I was a little apprehensive about putting her little blush on her cheeks, but I have to tell you that I did use the lightest of the pink pirouette, the light pink pirouette, to add just a little bit of blush to her cheeks, and it worked out fine. So I just did some really light brush strokes, like in a circular motion, and just barely, so that it wouldn't overwhelm her little face. Okay, the base of this card is going to be from thick Whisper White cardstock, cut at 5 1/2 by 8 1/2. I scored it at 4 1/4. And then I have a piece of the the Quilted Christmas Designer Series paper stack, cut at 4 by 5 1/4. And I'm going to use that as the bottom layer. Makes a good backdrop and brings out the red in our coloring. Okay, so now this is going to go mount just like that, all right? But I have a thin strip of Whisper White cardstock cut at 4 by 1/2 inch, and I'm going to go ahead and first stamp the sentiment, which says there's a Merry Christmas in the making, and I'm going to use Real Red ink, and I've already have my stamp mounted on a clear mount block, and I'm inking that up. And then I'm just going to stamp this right in the middle. Okay, looks good. Then I'm going to close this up before I make a mess, and take my paper snips and just cut a little V to banner these ends with the snips just easily. And I know it's going to fit along the bottom because I didn't cut it any longer than 4 inches, which is the width of this paper here. Okay, so let's see how this is going to work on our card. Okay, that's going to be just fine. So let me go ahead and put the sentiment down with a little bit of fast fuse. You could use snail or the liquid multipurpose glue as well. Okay, and then we can get our main image mounted. So you could see you could make these to use for your Christmas cards. You could do all of your coloring at one sitting and then just mount them easily with cardstock and designer paper and a really sweet sentiment. Now, I wanted to add a little bit more to this, so I'm using the Quilt Builder framelits, and I cut 2 holly leaves from Garden Green and this little flower shape for my holly berries, and I have those attached to mini glue dots here on my roll already. So I'm going to use that and apply those right down here in the left side corner. Okay, and then I'll take this for my berries and just put it right there in the middle. And there we have a really cute Christmas card. Now I want to show you the other one that I made. This one you can see looks a little different, and if we look closely here, what I did is I took the light smoky slate Stampin' Blend, and I drew a line. I just barely outlined around the edge. Then I took the color lifter and just circled around and blended that so it wasn't such a harsh line to look like a shadow, and it just kind of makes her stand out. I know you can see the difference there. So that's another option for you. Okay, if you have any questions, let me know. I hope you've enjoyed this next in our series of Christmas cards for 2017. If I can help you with anything, just reach out, and I'll see you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.